The links at Flewellen. Here is the old layout. So they should have taken out, I think, these. There'll be a long walk to here. I think they may have taken this out and then moved some stuff, and it's gonna go past 17 out this way for other baskets. Come around, 18 still there, because you can see the basket right there, practice basket. Hole one's still the same. Let's do it. Here is the old 2, where you would tee here. I took the tee out, we grassed it, and you would throw, the basket was like right here up against the tree line all the way over there. So this was the old 2. Brand new tee pad, which is nice. Looks like you're gonna throw straight to the house, but then as you come around the walking bend, there's the basket. So you could play straight down the path and skip up, try to hit the gap. We're gonna play sidewalk OB, or I guess go big hyzer and crash in. If you saw that over this way, that was Stu. The old hole 3, so you would finish 2, which was over the pond. Over here, you'd walk along this. Here would be the tee. You would pitch all the way out that way, and you'd have this like snaky green, and then the basket was really tucked up over here. But this is no longer a hole. RIP. Used to be a fun hole. Tee of old hole 4 used to be this tight gap, and it finished just a teeny bit on the left, like, whoop, big finger right there. This was also fun. Really had to lace it. RIP. All right, the old hole 5 tee box was right there, and you would throw up towards the street, try to get around the trees. Basket's in the same spot. That was the old hole 5. This is now the new hole 3, about 320 feet. Pick your poison. All right, from the basket of 3, old 5, we've got old 6, which is now the new 4. Same hole, no changes. Up the middle, finish down there, 380. Old hole 7, you would tee from here all the way by that little tree there. So it was a big bomb over the sidewalk, creek to the left, they took that out. Now there's the basket for this new hole, I believe new hole 5, and Stu is on the tee. So it looks like they are getting rid of things by the creek for sure. Still have a decent pump to get to the basket. Gotta say, missed the big one. All right, so hole 5. Remember the tee was back here. This is old 7. So we're playing, this is an island where sidewalk splits, comes along this way. So you have this all as an island green up to the basket. Woo! Okay, the old hole 7, big, would come around here. And then 8, you'd be tucked back there, and you would throw like 250-foot shot up to that basket. So they kept the same basket. We're now new hole 6, and they added a tee. Yeah, nice new tees that they put in. Looks maybe 220.
Yeah.
Yeah. See it.
Terrible.
All right, old hole 8, new hole 6. When you're all done, now you get to the U-disc thumbnail cover pick.
Probably.
One of those. The bridge. Oh, I guess they took the picture from the other side because, yeah, you get the trees were in it. Now you get the bridge. We do that side. All right, after you cross the bridge, we come over. We've got another old disc golf sign. They'll redo that at some point. So this one, you could have a little seat under the trees, catch some shade. And this is where the tee was for 9. And it was all the way down to where the fairway started to pinch down this way. Somewhere like right here. And it was just really fun, downhill shot. Now We've got the new tee pad and a little shorty.
186.
186. It's like easy for a forehand. You'd really have to do a turnover with the backhand if you're a right-hand player. Or be a lefty like Nate. Woo! All right, done with hole, what did we say this was? 7. And now I've just been informed we have another 1,000-foot plus walk. Here we go. Yeah, old hole 10 was here. And then you would throw along the path in between these two trees, and it would just be maybe 15 feet to the left down the little hill from the sidewalk, or you could go this path, like Nate would take left hand, throw in between this darker tree and this tree here, and then it would crash in. But now it's not there. All right, old hole 11. The tee box was, I believe the tee box was right here. Because I remember, yeah, there you go. That's where they pulled it out. And then you had to either really hug this or come really far out wide, because the basket would swing a little bit left after this little bit of tall grass there. It wasn't directly in the cut grass. It's right there in the middle of the screen. But again, not no mo. So after you would be done, the basket was like right here. You'd come over, here was the tee of 12. And this was fun because it was somewhat of a different shot from just right-hand backhands. This one was up on the hill to the right, like right about here. So for lefties, this gave them a chance to do a normal straight flight with a fade. For righties, it ended up being a bit of a turnover or a forehand shot. It looks like now we're getting to the next tee, which looks like it's right up here. We'll see what it looks like from up there. All right, so the new tee along the path, keep it nice and low. There's the basket. Stu kept it low. Get the skip. Oh, that was fun. Or I guess you could go big. Well, for a left hand, it's just a big hyzer. Or you could go, if you've got the power for right hand forehand, you could go big forehand and crash down this way. All right, so the old hole 12, you'd start here next to that trash can, and it would go around these trees, and then it was tucked over to the left, maybe 40 feet, 50 feet off to the left, inside that little alcove of grass. All right, finishing hole 8. Like I said, there was the tee of hole 12, old hole 12. You'd come around, and the basket was tucked in here, about in the middle. And now this one is an unchanged. This was the old, I believe, 13. Now it's hole 9.
201.
201. A little straight shot, unless you're a lefty. All right, old 13, new hole. I think 9 is what we said. Yeah, new hole 9. What's nice about this course, this is one of the nicer walk in between holes, where you got some tree coverage, some shade, pretty along the creek. I'll say it's been nice not being super close to the creek to lose discs. I know I've lost a couple of discs out here. What a walk. We'll see you on the next tee. All right, hole 10, old hole, I think 14. This one is unchanged. So here you've got a nice big shot. You can either take something, go up the middle here, or you can go to the right, maybe just get off the path. I want to say this was close to 400 feet, if I remember right. We've got some downhill. Let's get it. From hole 10. Now that's the front half of the course. You're from the parking lot and then really this side of this bridge. Now we go back under. It looks like the next hole is unchanged. I think it was the old hole 16, 15 or 16. But we'll come up to the bridge to the right and throw down. New hole 11, 228. That looks good. Fade. Long, crusher boy. So I think this was the old hole 16, 15 or 16, I think 16. The next one's the big bomber, old 17. Don't go left. That's why. All right, so from hole 11, come up the path. Now we're heading to old hole 17, which is now new hole 12. Unchanged, 447, 446 feet. Yeah, still have the tee box here. Pretty lake view. And this one plays between the power poles, and it is like right almost in between the sticks down here, but it is down the hill. Want to carry something wide because the creek does come into play towards the right hand side or left hand side, but it does open up a little bit from a green perspective. Chance to rip one. Not bad. All right.
Over there and back.
New 12. As I said, if you aim between, if these sticks are still here for the pipe that they're laying, great. If not, be aware that when you come down the hill, how close the tall stuff is to the green. You've got maybe 20 feet of actual short green before you get into the tall stuff. And then it opens up into this, hello. And you've got some room before you get back to, there's the creek and the tall stuff. Now we go
over there to play old 18, but there are supposedly...
No, there's more that way. So now comes the new holes to head past. I'm gonna say maybe we go through here. We're gonna go investigate and find out. All right, so there's the basket of 12 behind me, the old 17. And we are coming up to, there's a sidewalk here. And we're gonna walk down the sidewalk to go past the basket to then make the U-turn. Okay, so we continue down the walking path, probably another 1,000-ish feet, and you come to a tee pad. Super pretty. You'll eventually see there's a basket on the other side that once you cross, you'll play. And we still don't know where oh, there's the basket. It is indeed quite down there. So have fun playing. The sidewalk is OB. Don't throw it into a house. Don't go too much into the tall stuff. But yeah, just keep down the walking path and you'll see it. Oh man. Yeah, all right, so we've got the new 13. 571 feet, opens up over this way, so if you can hang a shot and get it to skip off the sidewalk, land where these little birds are up here, you've got a good look at birdie. Or, you know, whatever, just rip one 500 some odd feet, go for the eagle. Heard a couple of larger gators over in this area, so watch out for the creek, watch out for the tall stuff, have fun. Now we're gonna continue to go up the path, since this was 13, I believe. 14 and 15, I'm gonna guess, are on this side of the creek, and then 16, or there's a basket right over there, so maybe that's 15. But we're gonna find out. Here we go. Woo! Continuing to walk down the path from 13. Got some nice views to the right. Little bench. Got the lake. Got a Stu. And now we come, here's the tee, and we've got the basket all the way up that way. Let me turn this around, we'll get a closer look. All right, hole 14. Stu and Gorgon, I believe. 417 feet of a hole. You've got plenty of room out left. I like how it hugs the right a little bit if you're playing the sidewalk OB. 420, let's do it. All right, from the basket of 14, come back up on the sidewalk. We're gonna follow the sidewalk, see how this goes. but we are guessing that we'll get to the next road or next crossing, cross over the creek, and then finish out the rest of the course on the other side. We'll see you there. All right, coming from 14, see a little split, little fork in the path, if you will. And then we're gonna see a left-hand turn here on the other side of the sprinklers, and that path continues to this bridge, which brings you over the creek to the other side. And that's where we're expecting to see the remainder of the holes. Here we go. All right, you come over the bridge, you can see there is the new tee pad for 15 right there. And taking it from this angle, here is your basket all the way down. I'll try to shoot a distance in a moment, but I'm gonna guess it's above 400. Let's go take a look. All right, we determined that this is about 386 feet from the tee. It's somewhat blind tee. You can see the tee a little bit over the high grass. If the grass grows anymore, it'll be tough to see. You'll see it through the trees. You can play the right side and skip off the path. You could do big turnover, or if you're a lefty, big hyzer, or if you've got the big forehand. But fun, cross the bridge. There's that hole. Now we're walking down the path, find the next tee.
290.
Continue to make your way down the sidewalk, and you will find hole 15 tee box, a whopping, would you say 290?
Yeah.
290 feet. Here we've got lovely left-hand hole, lovely right-hand forehand hole. You do a little straight shot turnover. You can hug the right side, really whatever you want. There's a bit of a headwind. I think that's the only limiting factor. And it's on a hill. Here goes Stu. What a drive. We call that a Utah. Park City, baby. I may have said hole 15 in the last video. I meant to say hole 16. So 16, 290 feet. Lovely, lovely. Come up along the path. Oh, hey, look. There's the next tee pad for hole 17. We'll see you on there with a distance.
Shortest walk on the course.
Shortest walk on the course, my man. 450. OB sidewalk. We're calling it OB. All the way to the right. Let's see what we got out to the left. Looks like it stays pretty clean out to the left as long as you don't go too short too left. Let's see where Stu ends up. Like
Oh,
that.
splashdown.
That's what you don't want. Zeus?
Racer.
Racer. We should be able to get it. Hole 17, woo! The creek is a little bit further back, and here we've just got a lot of extra drainage water, flood water collected either from creek overflow or probably just from the rain yesterday, and this is where it all catches.
So Stu's drive was safe.
Stu's drive was safe. He ended up right on the edge of the wetness. Todd's drive, not so much. You see this tree? All the way there? Yeah, I meant like the base of that tree somewhere. Whoopsie! Anyway,
Over there.
fun stuff. Hole 17. Now, down the path, walk back towards the parking lot, and hole 18, I'm going to guess, is the same hole 18 as it was before, which you're playing towards the playground, towards the parking lot. We'll see you there. All right, there's the bridge from the old 17, or if you play the front 12 and only want to play 13 holes, you'd play 12, come across the bridge, here's the tee pad, and you've got your basket up there. Hole 18 has not changed. So let's end it. Pretty day. Pretty course. Hole 18 finishes the same. Be careful of this. If you're throwing from the tee, go too high, miss your line left. There is the creek here. I've lost discs in there before. But I was at right around 9,000 steps. Stu hit 9,700-ish steps, so it is definitely much more of a long distance course. The distance in between some of the holes is a thing. Bring sunscreen, bring enough water, but some of the changes good, some of the changes not so good. Definitely missed some holes. Don't like how they shortened a couple of holes, but still quite the fun course. Play it OB with the sidewalks, and it definitely makes it a little bit more challenging. I ended at +4, and Stu doesn't keep count, so we're just gonna say he ended pretty well as well. Fun stuff. Come play. If it's ever a dry stretch for maybe a week or 10 days, come towards the end of it before it rains again. And I would say get out here during the springtime because all the wildflowers were awesome and poppin'. See ya.